Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. And don't forget to leave us a like and a comment.
And you can share with a friend if you enjoy it and subscribe so you're notified of new videos.
Thanks and enjoy the show.
Where would you find the greatest new ideas and products for your home? This is the place.
Today's Homeowner with Danny Lipford, the voice of home improvement, with projects, tips, and ideas to help you improve your home.
We're at the International Builder Show, held this year in Orlando, Florida. Now, this is the world's largest builder show with over 1.5 million square feet of very elaborate exhibits. Now, over the next few days, over 100,000 builders, remodelers, developers, and designers will be scouring these aisles to check out all the new products that are available for your home. Now, it's not open to the public, but hey, you're with us. We're going to show you around. Stay with us. One of the great things about being at a show like the International Builder Show is you get to see some of the strong trends that are starting to emerge. Now, one of the biggest trends we've seen this year is the use of low-maintenance building materials that truly simulate the real look of materials, like the siding, composite handrails, composite decking. You know, it just makes sense. If you use materials like this, whether you're building a new home or remodeling, you can spend your time kind of enjoying yourself, maybe improving your home instead of maintaining it.
Vinyl siding has been around for years and is certainly low maintenance, but some homeowners feel that these products force them to sacrifice character for convenience. The industry is responding with innovations that eliminate the need for that trade-off.
One of the limitations we found with vinyl siding is it's a little bit narrower, usually a 4 or 5 inch profile with some dish and cupping. And also we have to use J-channel when installing it, which is not a real authentic looking product that you would see in a normal wood job. To answer that, at Crane, we came out with Architectural Essentials and Crane Board solid core siding. They're wider sidings without the curvature to them, also more authentic trims, such as on the window, the 3.5 inch lineal, true slope sill, as well as crown mold. So you can finally now have a truly maintenance-free home with a truly authentic look.
That authentic look is possible because this Crane siding and trim has foam backing, which keeps it rigid and adds insulation value to the home at the same time. Another great siding option is fiber cement, but it does require paint, or at least it did until now.
Our products have the warmth and character of wood without the maintenance problem. And what we've done this year is added our Color Plus technology so that the homeowner can now receive our product with 12 finishes pre-finished at our factory, and they now have a 15-year warranty with the finish. The substrate, 50-year warranty against rotting, warping, cracking, non-combustible, termite resistance, and now available with the 15-year pre-finished coating.
One of the great things about the different low maintenance materials, you can actually use a number of them together to really get the desired effect that you want. Virtually no maintenance at all on the exterior of your house, just like the fiber cement siding we have here, and this, which is one of the latest entries in the low maintenance field, cellular PVC. Now, it's available in some pre-milled materials like this bead board that makes a wonderful exterior ceiling like you see here on this barrel ceiling, or you can buy it in sheets, some of it as large as 4 foot by 18 foot, and it's available with wood grain on one side and smooth on the other side. Then, using conventional woodworking techniques and woodworking tools, you can create just about anything. This column was made out of the cellular PVC. Also, pieces were glued together and milled to create the top rail, the balusters, the bottom rail, and the column trim, all made out of the same materials. Really, with this kind of materials and the usability and how easy it is to work with, the possibilities are just about endless.
Well, the exciting thing about this PVC product is color throughout. So unlike wood that might have end grain and layers of plywood on the end, it's solid material. Big advantage of that is when you route it, you're going to have color clear throughout. Another great aspect is the maintenance possibilities with this. You don't have to worry about it taking on moisture, so paint's not going to peel from this surface. It is paintable, but you don't have to worry about it peeling away later. It won't rot, insects won't affect it. It's just a great product overall.
One thing this product can't do is to support a structural load. The PVC can be used to wrap a column, for example, but not support the weight above it. For that, you'll need a material with a strength of steel that can mimic the character of wood. For more and more contractors, that choice is fiberglass.
The unique part about fiberglass is that it has a tremendous amount of structural integrity. It meets all local code requirements. Today's consumer is wanting more in design. They want rot-free, they want low maintenance. They also want design. They may want a barrel column, a recessed panel column, or the traditional colonial style column.
Fiberglass is also being used as the coating for a new wallboard product we found being introduced just a few booths down the aisle.
What we've done is we've taken for traditional wallboard, which has paper on it, and removed that paper and put glass mats on the surface. Why that's so significant is because glass mats are not a food source for mold. So when there's excessive moisture in the home, mold doesn't develop. Paper, on the other hand, if there is excessive moisture, is a food source. So by doing that, we have a highly moisture-resistant product that resists mold. When you think about the fact that 70% of the interior surfaces of a typical home are wallboard, having a product that protects that large an area of the interior of a home is critical.
So the walls are protected inside, the walls are protected outside, but what about the windows? How well will they keep the outside out?
All of the products that we're looking at for the outside of your home are designed to protect your home in normal weather conditions. Maybe a little rain, a little snow, a little wind. But in extreme weather conditions, what do? Well, you may consider a hurricane-resistant window like this one. It's all vinyl, it has steel reinforcement, laminate glass, and they say it'll protect your home and withstand up to 146 mile-per-hour winds. Now, most of the damage that occurs in that kind of extreme weather condition occurs because of all the flying debris. Well, we tested it out by hitting this window as hard as I could with a baseball bat. Well, you can see that it caused damage, but it would prevent any wind-driven debris or rain getting inside your home, which can really cause a lot of damage.
It's time for this week's simple solution from home repair expert Joe Truini.
Adding fiberglass insulation to your attic is always a good idea for energy savings, but it can be very uncomfortable to a lot of people.
You're right, Danny, and that's because the insulation has small glass fibers that when they fly around the air and stick to you, they can be very irritating. Now, whenever you're working with insulation, you should always wear a long sleeve shirt, long pants, eye goggles, a dust mask, and some gloves. But for an added level of protection and comfort, here's a little trick that works surprisingly well. You just need some baby powder or cornstarch. What you're trying to do is just sprinkle a little right between your shirt and where the gloves are going to go around your wrists, and also a little behind your neck, around the collar of your shirt. Here you go, Danny. Okay. And what that'll do is it'll prevent the glass fibers from actually sticking to you, especially here in the attic where it's going to get really hot and sweaty.
Now, why do you have the tape over this thing here?
Yeah, the tape just, you notice these containers have like 10 or 12 holes in it. When you try to apply it, you get a huge cloud of powder. So I just cover up all the 2 holes. And that allows you to control how much comes out.
It kind of reminds me of going to the barber shop and the talcum powder he puts on the back of your neck.
Yeah, the principle is basically the same. Those little clipped hairs won't stick to your neck and be, you know, itchy as you're heading home.
Okay, well, now that you smell real good, let's go to work.
All right, Dan.
So far, we've looked at a lot of products that are designed to protect your home, but you want it to be comfortable as well. What's more comfortable than a nice warm fire? Now, this is a fairly traditional gas log fireplace, but we've seen a number of fireplaces that were very unique, almost futuristic looking.
These new fireplaces aren't just for heat. They were obviously designed with a cool factor in mind. For convenience with a different kind of cool, we checked out the appliance exhibitors at the show. There are plenty. The trend that stands out the most here is the 3-door or French door refrigerator. This design with the freezer below and the double refrigerator doors above is not new, but it is obviously gaining popularity given the variety of models being introduced by several manufacturers. Space-saving water dispensers, new easy clean glass finishes, and narrower widths are all features on display on the 3-door models. An idea that started in the kitchen, the pull-out faucet for the kitchen sink, has moved to the bathroom with a new line of faucets from Price Pfister that are as convenient as they are stylish.
Now, this device may look like a regular door chime, but it does a whole lot more. When you push this button here, you're actually able to see who's at the front door and even talk back and forth with them. Now, that does a few other things. This will tilt around for you, even just fold up right out of the way. You can also hook a DVD player up to it so that you can even watch your favorite movie while you're cooking in the kitchen. AM/FM radio, and a regular TV mode as well. Also, it has a telephone built right in that you can punch in the numbers and it works as a speakerphone. Now, if I can just figure out how to get this thing to cook for me.
If you prefer your television in the tub or shower, Rinnai has a solution. The makers of tankless hot water systems are introducing a video control pad that not only entertains you, but allows you to pre-program a bath or shower with exact start times, temperature, and volume. If your challenge is keeping your cool, the Fetter's ductless mini-split air system is a great alternative to window units in homes where central air isn't practical. The small compressor keeps the noise outside while it's cool inside.
When you're talking about comfort and convenience, there's nothing more inconvenient than getting locked out of your home. Well, it's not a problem anymore with this lock manufacturer's design on a keyless entry system. Now, first of all, it fits into a traditional deadbolt hole 2 1/8, has a touchpad on the outside. On the inside of your door, you have a housing. Inside this, you have 4 AA batteries. Here on the bottom, you have a traditional thumb latch that works like most deadbolts, but here's where it's different. You have the touchpad and you're able to program in 2 different codes. One, you'll want to kind of keep personal. You probably wouldn't want to change it very much. Another one you're able to change as often as you like, and you may use this in a situation where you're having some work done at your home and that person needs entry into the home. You don't want to give them a key because they may lose the key, maybe even make a copy of it. Here, you can give them a code, then change it after all of the work's done. So certainly a little more secure for your family. And the lock is available in a variety of colors, and as I said, installs pretty much like a traditional deadbolt lock. So it may solve a problem around your home. Hey, we've looked at all kinds of products this week, but let's look at one more with our best new product of the week.
Let's join Danny at the Home Center to check out this week's best new product. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
It's great when all of your hand tools that you need around the home will fit conveniently in one little toolbox. Not a problem with most hand tools, but if you have one of the longer hand saws, that's a problem. The hand saws are so convenient around the home because they'll reach into places that a lot of power saws just won't reach. Now, the trend is towards shorter saws, and this particular one that's only 15 inches long has some really neat features in it. It's from Stanley, it's called the Fat Max, and it's coated with blade armor. Now, what that will do for you is, because of the coating that it has on it, reduces the friction when you're using it by up to 50%. Also, if it's a tool that maybe you're not using a lot, you don't have to worry about rust because it has twice as much rust protection as a normal saw. Also, the handle's kind of cool in how they have the plastic gripping around it. Real comfortable to hold on to, and you don't have to worry about it slipping at all. Now, another thing with this shorter saw is it's a little thicker than a traditional saw, which makes it a lot easier to make nice straight cuts without any binding. That's real important if you're working on some of the harder wood, such as working on the deck outside. And it's available in a 15-inch and a 20-inch. This particular model runs around $20.
At a show like this, the exhibitors are doing almost anything they can to get the attendees in their booth. Well, this is obviously working. An opportunity to get your picture taken on a chopper and to even be able to win that chopper. Now, these guys are selling tools. There's a lot of exhibitors here at the show that are selling style.
And for them, the spectacle that draws in attendees also helps create the same mood or feeling that they hope their new products will achieve. What's interesting is that we're finding style in some rather unlikely places. For example, the laundry room. Kenmore is introducing a line of washers and dryers in designer colors that will handle more clothes, clean and protect the fabrics better, and use less energy and water than previous models. The company feels that the ergonomics of the units will make them easier to use, while their style will make the process of doing laundry more enjoyable.
For the laundry room, we're seeing that, first of all, it's becoming a room that's a more public room. It's come from the basement into the main floor and sometimes onto the second floor, but it's a room that's visible, and it also is a room that hasn't had much done to it. You know, it's been a room that is considered a workroom. And we just did a study with Harris Interactive that indicates that 70% of the customers don't like being in their laundry room. And 55% said they would love a laundry room makeover. We wanted to supply products that you use in that laundry room and make sure that it was going to be exciting and fun for the customer who was using it.
Ventilation is another topic we don't often think of in terms of style. but in one booth, I found several range hoods that simply demanded to be noticed. The manufacturer, Braun, collaborated with designers from Porsche to achieve the sleek-looking models. The company is also introducing a series of bathroom exhaust fans which are concealed inside elegant-looking light fixtures. This product is a great marriage of form and function.
One thing that can really define the style of your home is your selection of doors, whether it's an exterior door or an interior door. Now, we found one that's just been introduced that really makes a lot of sense. It's a magnetic chalkboard panel door. Now, think about it as a message center in your kitchen. You can take just a little magnet like that, put your grocery list up, or additional magnets for maybe calendars or other notes, or you can just grab a piece of chalk and write a note for the kids. Now just think how the kids around your home would love one of these in their room.
Speaking of the kids' rooms, washable paint is always a good idea in these spaces, and we found a great one here at the show called Duration Home.
Duration Home delivers deeper, darker colors in a washable matte finish. Consumers were looking for finishes that when you wash them, they don't leave behind a shiny burnish mark, which ultimately gives you long-lasting beauty regardless of what stain goes on it. The other thing that this product delivers on is most stains wash with just water. And the other thing is it is very low in odor and low VOC, so a very environmentally friendly product.
Using glass block windows and partitions is another great way to add style to your home, and there are some new block designs and colors being introduced here. But what I think will really make an impact is the installation system we found.
Pittsburgh Corning's introduced a new installation system called ProVantage. It's our version of glass block made easy. It now incorporates some vinyl spacers. We have a spacer for every shape block that we make, so you can use all our product. It incorporates structural silicone and a finished grout. If you can use a caulk gun, if you can use a grout float, you can now install glass block. You don't have to be a certified mason. The average homeowner can do it. Tile setters can do it. We've opened it up to a larger audience of installers.
Another part of the home that has to look good and perform well, your kitchen countertops. Now, quartz countertops like this do perform very well. They're very durable, but this particular type contains microban technology. That means within the molecular structure of the countertop, the microban will prevent any bacteria growth, and that means a lot more of a healthy situation for your family, and it looks pretty darn good. Hey, let's head outside for Around the Yard.
Let's head outside for Around the Yard with lawn and garden expert Tricia Craven-Worley.
Well, Tricia, it looks like you're doing a little pruning there.
Well, actually, you know, so many yards have the problem, I know I do, of dogs running through and breaking branches.
Right.
Well, somebody delivered something the other day, and they broke off a couple of these branches of the plumbago. So, see where it's broken here?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to cut that off, and you don't have to throw it away when this happens. There are ways to make a, you know, lemonade out of lemons. See what I'm doing? I'm just stripping off the lower part of the branches. Make sure that you have about 6 inches of it. And then I'm going to moisten this, dip it in some rooting hormone, at least 2 inches. Make sure you do that.
Oh, in order to sprout an entire new plant then.
Right, it's really going to help it along very quickly.
Now what is this? This looks like a lot of sand in here.
Yeah, that's a mixture of sand and peat moss. And what I did was I put some screening at the very bottom to keep the little varmints out from crawling in and chewing on some of the roots. And all I do is stick this sprig that we cut off and put it in this mixture with the rooting hormone on, and it will start to grow.
And obviously some water in there.
Yeah, we're going to water it, and then the final thing that we want to do is put a plastic bag around it to keep the humidity high.
Oh, just like a little greenhouse. After 4 days of walking the aisles at the International Builder Show, I'll have to admit I'm fairly tired, but we found so many things we'll be able to share with you on upcoming shows.
Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. And don't forget to leave us a like and a comment.
And you can share with a friend if you enjoy it, and subscribe so you're notified of new videos.
Thanks and enjoy the show.